Guys, this is really cool. This is really cool. I've never done comedy in front of a sold-out classroom before. You guys are all my classmates. I literally know every one of you. We got a great lineup of comics tonight. A lot of comics. How's everyone doing, though? You guys look great. You're literally all my classmates. You all know who I am, which means you have to laugh at everything I say tonight. Thank you. Even the cameraman. Quinn, you're not safe tonight. You're done, all right? I've told them all your name. They've already been preparing Quinn material. You're toast. Guys, I'm really immature. I don't know if you can tell. I'm extremely immature. My girlfriend just broke up with me right after I had her pinky promise not to break up with me. So that was great. Yeah, no, seriously though, she didn't like it. She was a dental hygienist. Yeah, seriously. She told me she wanted me to open up and I went, It was very confusing. It was very misleading. Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, I'm on a student salary, like all you guys, or as my landlord calls it, not my problem. Just kidding, I don't have a landlord, I live with my parents. You all live with your parents as well? Normally, I do that joke and then people laugh and I go, why are you laughing? I actually live with my parents. You guys all live with your parents. That's embarrassing. You should be as embarrassed as I am. I say it on stage because it's embarrassing. You, sir, right here, you're already getting picked on. You live with your parents? No? You live on your own? That's awesome. How many roommates do you have? 4 roommates. Where do you live? What's the address? How do I get there? Where are the directions? You know what? Just tell everyone how we can get there and be your 5th roommate. Because I need to leave living with my parents. It's not very fun. Your first comic of the night, he's a great comedian. I have to say that legally. No, he works at all the clubs. I see him around. Give it up for Waylon Dixon, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gay Kirby. You know what, sir? I like Deadpool. Fuck that guy. Did you all come here just to, like, see him do bad and then make fun of him afterwards? Nice. Not that you did bad. I'm just saying if I was, like, in your class, I'd go to it and just be like, oh, I hope he sucks. No offense. Like you said, my name's Waylon Dixon. I get told a lot with that name that I have, like a cowboy name. I think a lot of cowboys had a peanut allergy. I don't think a lot of cowboys purchased Legos in the last month. I don't think a lot of cowboys had what some ladies have called a model's physique. Okay, how skinny I am. You're all jealous, ladies. I'm so tiny. I get it. Like, I am like a skinny, silly guy. Like, I get my vibe. Usually I'm cool with it. There's some things, though, like, I can't do. For example, I had a girlfriend tell me recently that I needed to be more dominating in the relationship. Clearly, I can't do that. I'm not cool. I could never be like, excuse me, ho? Can a bitch use her inside voice? So I could never use the B word. I could never be like, bitch, make me a sandwich, but cut the crust off first, please. I can explain, though. I'm transitioning to a man. I was born a man, but it was not enough. I know I have like a little bit of a look, okay? Some people have said androgynous, other people have said lesbian. My grandpa did once say, he was just like, Waylon, don't worry, you're your mother's daughter. Speaking of my grandparents, my Nana kissed me on the neck recently. Yes. She cannot keep doing that. It felt too nice. I assume everybody's here been kissed on the neck at least once? It's pretty nice. She's like 80. And the problem is, too, is getting kissed on the neck by a pretty lady feels the same as your Nana. So your head is just like, oh, this is sick. It's a pretty lady. But then your eyes are like, oh, but she's a 6. Why? What, do you think I'm going to come up here and be like, Nana's looking right? I don't really know where to go from there. I'm not going to have sex with my Nana. Nice button on that joke. I think it is, like, fair to say, though, we all do things unintentionally sexually with her family. Hear me out, TMU? Okay. You're not on board. That's fair. For example, when I was 10 years old. Okay, first off, does everybody here know the Pina Colada song? Yes. Okay, wicked. When I was 10 years old, I learned the entire Pina Colada song and sang it to my mom. If you don't have that visual in your head, sir, imagine you're my mom. Imagine I'm me at 10. If you like making love at midnight, sir, mom, look at me. Look me in my eyes. On the dunes on the Cape. I don't even know what a cape is. I'm 10. I hate doing stand-up in front of other college students. Who do you think you are? Who here has jobs? Fuck you guys. You all suck. I get to go home and like play video games and nap. What do you get to go home and do? Oh man, it's Monday tomorrow? I'm gonna kill myself. I know how college works. That's like the only thing I can joke about though, is like myself and like my life and my family, you know. It's like I'm older comedians, you know, I can talk about politics and stuff. I don't know anything about politics. I'm 19, you know, I don't know anything. There are some kids, and I'm sure there's some kids out there right now in the audience, you're like, you guys super into it, and you scare me so much because you're too into it. And I went on a date with one of these people, and it was very jarring because like the first thing she said to me was just like, here's what she said. She said, Wayland, I need to know, Israel or Palestine? Is right, sir. I was like, okay, personally, fuck Israel, marry Palestine, kill myself, I guess. All right, thank you all so much. Please keep it going for your host, Mr. Kirby.
That was an awkward handshake. Thank God they got it on camera. That'll be great later. Anyway, we'll keep it going with your next comedian. He is awesome. Give it up for Felipe Esmeralda, everybody.
What the hell's going on? Cool. All right. Y'all think printers doing no ink November? Think about it. All right. Should not have started with that one. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Someone said I look like Mexican McLovin. I didn't like that, though. Yeah. Here's the thing. When you look like me, people want pictures. They want me taking them. I've got resting photographer look, apparently. It's getting tough going to touristy places. I keep getting randomly selected to take an immigrant family's picture. They're like, oh, lesbian haircut. Surely he dabbles. I don't. There's nothing worse than handing back a Filipino mom's unlocked iPhone and seeing her face go from super grateful to just confused. I can't even take a good dick pic. I took a dick pic in portrait mode once. Not the move. Focused on my pubes. Blurred everything else out, by the way. Still sent it. She was an art student, so she loved it. She's like, it's different. You know those people like an indie movie? She's like, it's tumultuous. This is being filmed. I love it. I love it. This is great. I did graduate university recently. Yeah. Pretty cool. One thing I didn't like, I could hear every time my roommates were having sex. They would go at it so much I couldn't study without hearing it. Like I got kind of used to it. I'd have to go to the library and just put porn on in my headphones. You know how some people listen to white noise to really lock in? I prefer interracial. I realize that. Eventually, though, like before my finals, I like sat my roommates down. I said, "Look, Mom, Dad, you gotta cut it out. You gotta cut it out." It's fine. They love each other. Yeah, it's fine. I am on the dating apps. I am looking for love. It's tough, though. Hey, I was on Tinder. A profile came up 80 kilometers away, and she says, "I'm not here for hookups." Lady, you're not here at all. What are we doing? Also, I'm Colombian. It's hard being on a dating app as an immigrant. Because there's a lot of white girls on these dating apps, and they say they want a white guy, but they don't actually say it. They say it in a weird way, right? Like this blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl named Tiffany from like Etobicoke. Like, oh, I probably have the same music taste as your dad. I don't think Tiffany's listening to Vicente Fernandez on her way to Pilates. I don't think she's going suavemente and then going to Soul Cycle. Could be wrong though. I also matched with this one lady. She was full of tattoos, black hair. In her bio, it said, "Your mom will love me," which is a very sweet thing to say. But also in her profile, it said her main interest is astrology. For immigrant moms, astrology, praying to the devil. Same thing. No, seriously. I remember I asked my mom what sign I am, because I had no idea about any of this, and she goes, "The sign of the cross." So now I'm on a date with this girl, and she asked me what my big three are. I just said Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I didn't know what to say. Oh, man. I went traveling recently. I was just flexing on college kids. That was the warranted reaction. I sat next to a hot girl on the plane. Stressful experience, hey? Oh, my God. Trying to be hot on an airplane is tough work. And I'm a romantic at heart. Like, I want to meet someone, like, in an organic way, you know, like on a plane, airport. Like, I think that's, like, a big fantasy for a lot of people. Like, it is for me. So I'm trying to think of ways to, like, start the conversation. And this is my brilliant idea. I'm like, maybe I'll sneeze. She'll say, "Bless you." And we just jump into conversation, right? I sneeze. She doesn't say a goddamn thing. Cool. Our first fight. All right. Here's the thing. This is embarrassing. I get weird around hot people. Like, I start trying to do shit that I think would impress them. So I'm on the plane. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll put something on the little screen that'll catch your eye. 7-hour flight. I wish I just put Friends. I'm like, no, climate change documentary. Now I'm sobbing on the plane. This is really sad. She's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "Gotcha." Worked all along. Y'all think size matters? Yeah, okay, cool. I think bladder size matters. Can we talk about that for a second? Why does that get missed in the conversation? We're not putting pause on the movie 3 times because of my small penis. It's because of that little coin purse bladder you got. That little piss pouch. Where's that filter on Hinge, eh? You guys want a 6-foot-tall guy, 6 inches. I want a 16-ounce bladder. What that bladder do, bitch? I don't like saying that one either, guys. Anything for the clip. I'll leave you guys with this. I've been really into these competition shows recently. You know, like Master Chef, Top Baker. Oh my God, you could make anything a competition show and I would watch it. Even gay porn. Holy shit. You could make America's Next Top Bottom and I'd be all over it. All right, you guys have been great. My name's Felipe.
We're not figuring out these handshakes tonight. It's over. It's toast. Everyone, give it up for Callie Williams.
My name is Callie Williams. My name is Callie Williams, and I was born in 2001. Does anyone know what that makes me? Shout it out. Born in 2001. If I was born in 2001, I would be questioning my gender, correct. I'm non-binary. I use they, them pronouns. But between you and me, call me whatever you want. I won't be offended. He, she, they, dirty midget. tried to buy a strap-on. And I failed. I failed because turns out, strap-ons are more expensive than I am successful with women. Wouldn't be a huge return on investment. I just split up with my boyfriend. We were together for 5 years, which is too long to know anyone. But that relationship, it made me realize that going out with someone is kind of like going out with a bag. You know? When you go out for the night. With a bag. And you start out the night being like, I love my bag. This bag has everything I need. As long as I have my bag, I don't need any more makeup or condoms or men buying me drinks. As long as I have my bag, I'm happy. Then you're at the club and you're like, it's kind of hard to dance with this bag on. Ugh. All my friends are over there because they don't like my bag. They look like they're having fun. I can't just leave my bag here alone, though. Like, what if it gets stolen? And then you think, it's not that nice a bag. Who's going to take it? But then you remember you bought the bag, so it must have value. Because if it doesn't, then you're just an idiot with bad taste who just wasted the last 5 years of their life trying to fix the bag. And my relationship was like a bag with a cat in it. We'd go to the club and my friends would be like, what's with your bag? And my bag would be like, get me out of here! The music's too loud, and there's too many people, and they hate me, and I hate them, and I just want to go home and lay on top of you. So now the cat's out of the bag. I hear he's doing great, and that's great. And he's also doing stand-up comedy. And he might be on this show. And you have to guess who it is. It got real there for a second. Let me just readjust. Anyone here like Stephen King? Yeah. 1, 2... 2 perverts. That's less than I thought. Well, for those of you who don't know, Stephen King is a perverted man who writes perverted books about perverted... Have you ever read Cujo? Cujo, it's that fun story about a rabid dog, right? Wrong. This is the plot of Cujo. There's a nice family, a mom and a dad and a cute little kid. And down the road, they have a neighbor. And that neighbor's got a big, silly dog named Cujo. And everyone is happy. Until Cujo, the dog, gets bitten by a rabid animal. Can you guess what happens next? Did you guess that Cujo gets rabies and starts killing everyone? Or did you guess that a random man comes into the story and fucks that little kid's mom? No? You didn't guess that? Well, I have news for you. I read Cujo when I was 9 years old, and that's exactly what happens. This random man fucks this kid's mom over and over consistently for more than half the book. The book about a dog. At that point, don't call it Cujo. Call it porn with a dog in it. And then this man starts writing letters to the little kid's dad telling him every disgusting thing he's done with his wife, and it is almost unreadable. I fucked your wife in your bed and we left it all messy for you to sleep in. And I'm 9 and I'm like, when are they gonna get to the dog? I pounded the pussy that birthed your children and now you're gonna have to raise my fuck baby. There's gotta be a dog in here somewhere. Next time you kiss that whore, call me and tell me how my cock tastes. And that's why I love Stephen King. My name's Callie Williams. Have a good night.
Get it for Callie Williams, everybody. Can follow them on Instagram at Callie Williams Comedy. We'll just get right into your next comic and keep the show rolling. Who's excited for your next comedian? Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, give it up for Daniel Goldman, everybody.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel, and I am actually an alumni of your university. Is this a safe space? I want to tell you guys a little bit about the type of performance I focus on, but I don't know. I'm a little scared. Okay, there's a slur that people like to call us. I'm just going to come out of the gate. Theater boy. Yes, I am a song and dance man. Thank you very much. You could probably smell it when I walked on. I'm trying this Brokeback Mountain thing tonight. Any words of affirmation, people in the house? I'm sure the comics are that. I didn't really get the love language thing until I started dating my girlfriend. All of us, my girlfriend's here. I'm going to make a lot of jokes about her. I want to describe her for you. She's like if you go to Indigo, but you're illiterate, so you're sort of just like walking around browsing. You know, you think you're one of Heather's Pics all of a sudden. And, you know, you're going to start journaling every day. You're going to read, but then you just kind of leave with a bunch of throw pillows and a sweet treat, and you'll try again next week. No, that wasn't clear. She's more like, you know when you queef in a cup of Earl Grey? That's actually, if you order a London Fog at the Tim's outside the Victoria building, TMU people, that's what you get. That's my kind of sweet treat. So I'm not describing her well. She didn't get this joke anyway. She's a U of T alum, so she's not getting these TMU jokes. I did so poorly with TMU girls, I had to go to U of T. And it was really hard for me with TMU girls, but U of T, you put me up against a U of T guy, same with Waterloo guy, I'm set. These U of T girls, they're so malnourished. They're so devoid of joy. I say anything, they're like, I'm alive. Which I did do well in undergrad with a specific niche of women. This is bisexual women. You know, the ones, you know, teetering on the brink, you know, about to make the leap, whatever, figuring it out. What do you call a woman who slept with me in university? Probably by now a lesbian. And years later, you know, I see them, they've shaved their head, and I've got this theory. I sort of wonder, how did this happen? Why did they sleep with me? They're about to make the leap, right? They're about to just knock off men, just rule it out once and for all. Good choice. And they just are looking for the least threatening, most feminine straight man possible, and then ta-da! Theater boy, right in the corner. You don't get it, guys, though. This was exciting for me. I've been a personality hire in the bedroom my entire life. No one really wanted to fuck me for my looks. It was personality. It was like girls would have sex with me because their moms were advocating for me. They'd be like, he's husband material, honey. And I'm like 13, laughing, like touching my first pair of boobies. I still call them boobies. But I do kill it with the moms. I talk about the moms. I worked at a summer camp one year, and I had to call all the moms of these 13-year-old boys I was looking after. So I sort of, you know, I dialed them up. I use rotary. Like, hey, Rhonda, yeah, little Timmy, he loves woodworking, but I'd like to talk to you about my wood.
So, I spent all of university stoned, right? TMU. And when I graduated, I needed to change. I needed to sort of kick the habit because if you graduate with a TMU degree and a drug addiction, you really have nothing. So, but I'm not good with transitions. Have you guys heard of the Facebook? Kids, you know Facebook? I was a hit on Facebook back in high school. I had racking up likes, Icy Tower, poking your mom. I was killing it. And then all of a sudden there were these mass migrations to Instagram, which I just couldn't keep up with. It was just leaving me alone on this cold, deserted planet, this sort of just me and like a lone tumbleweed, which is actually what I like to call my uncle who only posts anti-vax info on his timeline. Speaking of cold, desolate world, my girlfriend and I, we did have a fight recently because of that election cycle, right? It was kind of dark. We're doomed. And we sort of were, she's a climate baddie, right? You know, I'm still dating lesbians, clearly. And she told me that if Elon takes us to Mars, she's going to stay back. Right, she wants to die here, which is like, fucking be Wall-E for all I care. You're not fucking taking my kids, girl. Not, anyway, so you can see why I needed to quit weed, right? I can get a little riled up. I'm about a year and a half sober now, so thanks everyone. So if I bomb, I will be escalating to heroin. You'll see me outside the Victoria building. One final anecdote about my girlfriend, thank you. One final anecdote, so I've called her Chinese, a lesbian, queefing an Earl Grey, Wall-E, but the worst of all is she's a horse girl. Yeah, I know, right? Theater boy, horse girl. If we have kids, I'm gonna have to bully them. It's not good. So she has a lot of issues with players, right? We were in the friend zone, so you have a lot. You're gonna be fine, man. She had a lot of issues with players. All of a sudden, she has a lot of issues with players. She doesn't like guys who fuck around. She's one of these feminists, I guess. And she, but she doesn't. She's a horse girl. She doesn't care when she finds out it's her horse who's the player, right? Her horse's name is Michelangelo, which is like, we get it. Big dick name, Michelangelo. So she gets called. They say, your horse is sort of, pushing hay, rolling in the hay, pushing plow, inserting his horse penis into a female horse's vagina, and all of a sudden she's like, She's like so excited, cheering on, like, get that horse pussy, which is incredibly weird for a grown woman to say, and deeply upsetting for me because we just came to terms with my micro penis in couples therapy, and now I'm competing with a horse cock. So, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you at the Victoria building. Take care.
Guys, give it up for Daniel Goodman. And give it up for his girlfriend. I feel bad for her. He was talking about pussy, so lead into my stuff. Guys, I don't eat pussy. You can boo me, yes, boo. Who here grew up in Toronto? Yeah? We're all young, we grew up in Toronto. It's not my fault I don't eat pussy. The first person I heard talk about eating pussy was Rob Ford. Do you know how unappetizing that makes it? To think, he was like, I have plenty to eat at home. Respectfully, I'm not trying to eat what he's having at home. No, thank you. To think that Rob Ford does it, I don't want to have the sexual habits of Rob Ford. I think Rob Ford's probably the first guy to ever binge eat pussy. All right. You guys like fat jokes, you mean sons of bitches. Anyway, that was it. I just want to talk about Rob Ford and why I don't eat pussy. Guys, your next comic is very, very funny. Make sure to read her shirt. Give it up. Sorry, their shirt. Apologies. No, it's her. And I go to the art school. Don't put that in the taping. I've been canceled too many times tonight. Now let's just hope I get her name right. Guys, give it up for Ajoke Amiss.
Hello, everyone. Do I give non-binary vibes? No, like, be honest. Do I give non-binary vibes? Like, clap if you think I give non-binary vibes. You guys are so fucked. Also, it's so fucking bright up here. Oh my God. It's awful. I feel like my life is a series of unfortunate events. So recently I went to Wonderland. So last summer I went to Wonderland. And also, I've been farting back there all night. I'm so nervous. So bear with me. I went to Wonderland, and does everyone know the Behemoth? Like Canada's Wonderland, the Behemoth. I couldn't fit on the Behemoth, which is so crazy. I'm like, how can I not fit on the Behemoth? The ride is called the Behemoth. What do you mean I can't fit on the ride? Also, I think my dating life is cursed. And I can't like pinpoint exactly when it became cursed. It all started when I got fingered doing Ramadan. Yeah. I'm not really gonna go into it, but I will say, Trapped in the Closet was playing in the background. The R. Kelly like short film or whatever was playing in the background. And you know what? That year, I was so ready for Ramadan. I had my hijab on. I had everything ready to go, and the fingering just put a stop to it. Yeah, but I feel like actually that's not true. My dating life has been cursed before then. So me and my ex, we dated for 3 years. We were in a full-blown like lesbian relationship. We dated for 3 years and we broke up 3 years ago, full-blown lesbian relationship. And honestly, after like multiple failed queer relationships, I can't do it anymore, y'all. It's not fun out there. Everyone's like, oh, I want to be gay. I know, it's awful, so I'm straight now. I guess this is me coming out. And I've been 80% gay and 20% straight my entire life. The 20% was saved for like fucking men, bisexual men off Grindr. So that's what the 20% was for. And being a cis woman on Grindr was honestly, I had a fucking blast on there. Like everyone was so nice and everyone was so respectful. If you're ever like, I'm having a horrible time, I'm like undateable, like traditional like dating apps aren't working. And if you're a cis woman, honestly, like fuck therapy, fuck positive self-talk, just like get a Grindr account. My male friends, on the other hand, seem to have like a horrible time on there. So I'm gonna read a couple messages, a couple Grindr messages, and I've gotten their consent. I have like 4 messages here, okay? Are you guys ready? Yeah. Okay. Also, a little side note, a little something I learned recently. Gay men, like cis gay men, refer to their buttholes as pussies. So I'm teaching you all something new. I'm schooling you. I know you guys are in school, but I bet you they never taught you this. I'm telling you a little something. Okay, so this message is, I gotta go work out, son. Have a great day and play with your pussy for me. Okay? And this is another one separately. Like lots of pussies in this. None of them have a pussy. Show me that pussy. Hi, are you there, bitch? Okay, I'll do a last one. Hot. I can't tell if you're tan or white, but you're sexy. Love that one. Also, ever since I got a boyfriend, I've become like a total... Oh my God, I forgot to tell you. I met my boyfriend off Grindr. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that. I met my boyfriend off Grindr, and he's straight, so I'm gonna let you guys figure that one out. He's trans, that's the boo. But having a boyfriend has made me like a total meninist. I'm like, honestly, like, why don't men get a day? Like, who's buying them flowers? Like, they deserve to get paid more for their labor. And honestly, where are the cameras? Over there? Men, I see you, I hear you, I stand with you. Men lives matter. Love you guys. Mwah. And honestly, in solidarity, I'll be posting a blue square in solidarity. So one summer, I got lesbian heartbroken. So it's been a year now. I got lesbian heartbroken. And they told me that we weren't sexually compatible, which I took as me having whack pussy. So they told me that. That was awful. And after that, like, I spiraled, right? So I started dating all these like losers, these bums, these graggles. Do you know what a graggle is? Does anyone know what a graggle is? So a graggle, so my friends and I like use this term. Another thing I'm teaching you guys, they're not teaching you these things in school. So my friends and I like call people graggles. Like, do you know like The Simpsons? I feel like I'm going nowhere with this. I'm just gonna be blabbing. There's like Graggle Simpson. He's like a character that wasn't in The Simpsons. So like a groggle is like a nobody, like a fucking loser. So I dated a lot of groggles. That's what I'm trying to get at. I dated a lot. Thank you for laughing. I dated a lot of groggles. I remember this one guy I dated, like total loser. He was unemployed by choice. He was a freelance artist, aka unemployed by choice. And he was unemployed, which I thought was so fun. I was obsessed with because he was always free. And honestly, like unemployed dick hits, right? I think it's the desperation and the need to want to prove something. Like it hits so hard. He dumped me, which humbled me. Yeah, it was so humbling. This grown-ass 35-year-old man, crisscross applesauce on my bed, dumping me. And I know he started dating someone younger than me, and I know this because I found his letterbox, and their letterbox synced up, so I figured it out. Gotcha. How many people in here are poly? I don't like you guys. Honestly, like I think one of the most problematic things about me is that I'm like super anti-poly. I think God created Adam and Eve, or Adam and Steve. I'm not homophobic. Or Eve and Genevieve, but God did not create Adam, Eve, Steve, Joseph, Mary, Kai, Sock. That was not his intention. And that's all I have for you today.
Give it up for a joke, everyone. Yes, I just need to make a PSA, just so we all know, I am unemployed. Thank you, some of you got that. That was what we call a callback. I'm trying to make myself more likable after what just happened on stage before this. Guys, you're gonna love your next comedian because he just told me he's gonna make fun of me right off the top. Give it up for Adam Kane, everybody. Give it a bit more.
Honestly, kind of a bitch move, bro. Like, I told you I was gonna make fun of you, and now you're kind of softening the blow by telling everybody about it. I'm not liking it, Kirby. What I had in mind, actually, I was just watching him up here, and I was like, thank God this guy is pursuing comedy. Because if he was in the music industry, like, come on, can we just get a nod of heads here? This guy would be diddied so quickly, bro. Are you? Come on, he's just got the look. No? I'm really happy to be here, guys. I'm talking about the big questions today. Like, can a vegan also be a furry, right? Because, you know, you can't eat beef, but can you fuck it? That's kind of what I'm leaning on right now, right? Let it simmer, let it crock-pot in the heads, we'll come back. It's been a pretty shit week, so I just want to give a big thank you to the OK Zoomer team. Can we get a round of applause for them, guys? Seriously. Yes. Amazing show, yeah. I got caught masturbating at work this week. Yeah, guys, it gets way worse. I work remotely, so my brother just walked in. Guys, it gets even worse. We locked eyes as I finished, and now it's the only way I can come. So, yeah. Another show of hands here. Who has a brother? Can we see? I know a brother. Okay. Oh, a lot of people. Okay. Who's the dumb brother? Put up your hand. Two honest people. A couple of cocky assholes. Okay. Very nice. I know I'm the dumb brother, and I found out in probably like the meanest way possible. I was 8 years old, and I was overhearing my mother, my Lebanese mother, talk about me and my brother to one of her friends. As Lebanese women do, they're talking, and they say, how is Adam, me, and Khalil, my brother? She goes, Khalil, you know what? He just loves math and science so much. It is his passion. His grades are the highest in math and science. And then I'm like, okay, whatever, he got a nice review. And then she goes, what about Adam? Tell me about him. And I'm like, here it comes. She's just going to vomit accolades, just all my achievements. She goes, Adam loves Pokemon. He loves Pokemon so much. He will be a master one day. So yeah, I never got a fucking chance. I never got a fucking shot. My mother also has varying levels of trust for me and my brother. He's the good guy. I'm more or less, you know, the devil. As brothers, you know, kind of work. I'm the younger sibling, right? But, you know, I was never even given a chance at being a good kid. So, you know, if I ever had a problem with like a coach, teacher, basically any adult who was like an authority figure, if I ever came home and I had a complaint about them, my mom would always ask me the same question. Adam, what did you do? It was always what I did, right? It was never what they fucking did. So I said, you know what? I gotta come up with something. I gotta come up with something so fucked up, my mother has no excuse but to believe me. No excuse but to just take my fucking side for once, right? At the time, you know, I was kind of having this whole David and Goliath thing with my third grade teacher, Miss Wilson. every day in, day out, always had a problem with this dragon bitch. And just, so I come home one day after getting into another argument with this cunt. Guys, you had to see her. You had to see her, honestly. She was like Voldemort, but female. It was just bad. And I told my mother, and I said, Mom, Miss Wilson, clearly lying, I said, she molested me. She molested me. I feel like I had her dead to rights. She's got to take my side. Somebody just diddled her kid, right? Instead of saying, Adam, what did you do? She goes, Adam, what were you wearing? Were your thighs exposed? Even when I get diddled, bro, it's still my fucking fault at the end of the day, bro. I can't make this up. My father isn't any better. My father's a Lebanese immigrant. His name is Ali, A-L-I. And it's a pretty simple name. He's a businessman. He works in the telecom industry. That's not important. The part that's kind of fucked up is he goes by Al in a business sense. And, maybe I should correct myself. It's not fucked up that he goes by Al in a business sense. It's how he introduces himself. He'll be meeting somebody new for the first time and he'll go, hi, my name is Ali. You can call me Al for short. I'm over there just like, dude, your name is 3 letters. Like, what the fuck are you shortening, bro? You're not Elizabeth, just, calm the fuck down. The parents are kind of, anybody who lives with their parents here knows that, they take up a large portion of your life. That's why it's always good to have a really good friend group, right? Have a really good connection with the people that are closest to you in your life. I feel that way. Because last year I was staying abroad for school. I was in France. I was in Bordeaux. And I had all of my friends check up on me periodically, right? As friends do. And one day I get a text. And I'm just going to sit down for this one. It's a little bit daunting. I get a text from my friend, and it's a porn link. Juicy porn link, I'm not going to lie. And the message under it is, thought you might like this. This is my closest friend in the world. So immediately, I had the same thought any guy here would have. Me and my closest friend are way too fucking close. We got to establish some boundaries. And then I sat on it for a little bit, and I thought, you know what? I have the best fucking friend in the world. Guys, you got to imagine it the way I'm imagining it, okay? My friend's 6'3", he's 300 pounds, okay? So he's a beluga whale of a gentleman, and he's laying down on his back, dick in fist, scrolling through X videos. He sees a video, and the only thing on his mind is, my homie Adam would love this. Like, honestly, we've been friends since we were 14. He's never remembered my fucking birthday at all. But he knows exactly what type of MILFs that I love. Thank you guys so much.
Give it up for Adam, everybody. That's awesome. You guys give each other porn recommendations, or is that just him and his friends? Just him. Thank you. Wait for the response. I was going to stare at you guys until you did. Guys, your next comic, she's very funny. I checked she's a she. I'm learning, okay? Gonna get better at this. Guys, give it up for Thea Rainford, everybody. Give it up harder.
Oh my God, what's up, motherfuckers? Yeah, I'm a woman. Okay, yeah, I have a vagina. Sometimes I put in a tampon and it goes in so easy, I'm like, all right, slut. You guys aren't very cool. That's how I feel about you. You guys aren't cool. You know what? I hate, and listen, this is going to turn the room against me. I hate woke white women, okay? I'm sorry. I know you're all here tonight. I hate you, okay? I hate woke white women. I don't know it makes me uncomfortable, okay? I grew up in a small town. I grew up around a lot of racism. So anytime I encounter a woke white woman, I'm like, this doesn't feel right to me, okay? Like my mom, she moved us to a small town because she wanted us to experience racism firsthand. Kind of her thing. It was awesome, okay? I recommend. And so now every time I meet a woke white woman, I'm like, what is this? The other day I was driving with my friend. She's a very woke white woman. And a truck cut us off, okay? A truck cut us off. And she went, oh my God, what is he or she doing? What are we doing, Jen? Just the two of us here. I'm like, are you trying to radicalize me? I don't know what's going on. I looked in the rearview mirror. I had a pussy hat on. I don't like it, okay? I don't like it at all. I grew up around a lot of mild racism, okay? Nothing scary, nothing crazy. But back in 2020, everyone's posting the black square. They were like, no more racism ever again. And then everyone I went to high school with was like, racism, okay. And like this girl that I went to high school with, she posted this, best post of all of 2020, okay? It goes like this. Friendly PSA. Dogs will love you no matter your gender, sexuality, race, whatever you are. All you have to do is give them love and they will love you right back. Be more like dogs. Blacks deserve love. Picture of a crusty white dog. I saw it and I immediately screenshot it. I was like, I don't know if I ever get 1 ounce of fame, that's going on my story every single day. Full tag. I'm like, Kelsey, you're going down, okay? She's like, me and Scrappy, we fucking hate racism, okay? Give those blacks some love. I don't know, guys. It's crazy. I'm in therapy. Are you guys old enough to be in therapy? Wow. Your parents are paying for it, I assume? Come on, none of you have benefits. What the fuck are we talking about? I'm in therapy, but my therapist, she's 25, okay? Born in 1999, way too young to be a therapist, okay? I can like tell she's on TikTok. She sits in a gamer chair. That should be illegal, right? I'm like, you're gonna call me a slur. I'm like, is this being live streamed? She's like, yeah, there's a lot of L's in the chat, actually. They fucking hate this. But she's bad at her job, okay? 25-year-olds, they're bad at their jobs. She's terrible at her job. Like, I think she's trying to relate to me with how we speak. So like the other day we were chatting and she was like, oh my God, like, she's also white. That's my white lady voice. Oh my God, did that make you feel some type of way? I was like, okay, DJ Khaled. Yeah, I was about to act up. Like, what are we doing? And she gives such bad advice too. Like, we were chatting and she was like, well, I hate to say it, but if you can't love yourself, how the heck are you gonna love somebody else? I was like, that's RuPaul. I'm not paying you $200 to quote a drag queen at me, okay? I'm lip syncing for my life out here. It's scary stuff. I'm in therapy because I have anxiety. I have chronic anxiety. It's bad. And I know that my anxiety is bad and unfounded because my number one greatest fear is that I'm connected to the Bluetooth. I'm scared up here right now. I'm connected to the Bluetooth. I'm gonna play porn. I'm gonna play that one porn that I watched 3 years ago. It's gonna happen. I'm on the bus. I'm like, they got Bluetooth in here for sure. Everyone is gonna know it's me. They're gonna be like, hear the porn, and they're gonna be like, ew, her. And it's my greatest fear. Okay, and so I've been working on it a lot. I've been working on several things in therapy. One of my biggest issues, actually, is that I have daddy issues. Be brave. Ladies, men, be brave. They, thems, be even braver. We all have daddy issues. And I don't think it's fair, okay? She told me I have daddy issues, and I was like, the only daddy issue I have is every time someone kisses me on the forehead, I come. This one's for Karen, okay? Guys, listen. You're old enough. We're doing butt stuff, right? Come on, I know you're amongst classmates, but we're all doing butt stuff, right? Thank you. We're in doggy style. We're all putting a finger in the butt because we're adults, right? I heard a big yes. Listen, butt stuff, great. All fun and games while the finger's in there, I say. But when the finger comes out, I feel like men don't really understand how severe the situation gets. Can I say that? Can I be brave and say that? When you get a vagina, when you come out with a vagina, the first thing they tell you, they like look you in your eyes and they're like, you better wipe front to back. They're like, if the poop gets in the vagina, you're dead. And they don't tell men that if we get poop in our vaginas, we're dead, okay? And they take the finger out and they're so cavalier with that finger. They try to touch your face, you're like, that has poop on it! Watch out! And they're like, this finger has poop on it? Or was it this finger? And then they put the finger under a cup and they switch the cups around really, really fast. And you're like, ah! It's scary stuff, okay? My roommate in university, she told me that you get gonorrhea from getting poop in the pussy. And I didn't go to a good university, okay? So I had to believe that. I was like, this is my gospel, okay? Finger comes out, threat level gonorrhea. Scary stuff. And I feel like men, they're not on high alert. And so it makes me have to be on extra high alert, okay? I feel like a convenience store worker following a black man around. I have to look at every single thing he touches, okay? I'm like, you better keep those hands where I can see him, motherfucker. I call the cops. I'm like, 6-foot black man, armed and dangerous. You guys aren't getting finger and butt from black men? Wow. Wow. That's where you pull back. You guys are fun. You guys have been fun. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night.
As I always say, another round of applause, please. There we go. There we go. Guys, your final comic of the evening. We need your energy up here. So this round of applause better be loud. Give it up for Cleo Sood.
So I was in the Psych Ward at age 18, right out of high school. So it's kind of like my version of a gap year. And I did pretty much all the same stuff you do when you're, like, say, backpacking through Europe. Like, I did a lot of drugs, and I got treated for chlamydia. And when anyone asked what I'd been up to, I was like, oh, just finding myself. If finding yourself is what you're trying to do, there's no way faster than with a diagnosis, okay? Found myself real fast in a DSM-5. The best part about going from high school to the psych ward was that I was by far the hottest person in the psych ward. So easy to be hot in the psych ward, though, because all you need are basic hygiene habits. Like, you don't even have to brush your teeth twice a day every day. A few times a week is good enough. As long as you have teeth in your mouth and no skid marks on your panties, you're a Psych Ward 10. The worst part was the food. And with every bite of some, like, meatloaf and mashed potatoes, I would think to myself, my parents are right. Mental illness is for white people. That's who they were cooking for in there. I just graduated from university. Thank you. Studied philosophy at the University of Toronto, and I kind of hated every minute of it. And I felt so sorry to my immigrant parents who had got on board with my liberal arts education. And I was also like, sorry, Malala. But I would never take a bullet over school. That's stupid. I think there's only one group of people in the world dumber than Malala. School shooters. Because if you hate school, just don't go to class. And, like, I understand the school shooters. I don't get Malala at all, but the school shooters I get. Algebra is stressful and your classmates are annoying. But you know what else is stressful and annoying? Building a bomb. Doing Columbine is so much harder than just getting straight D's and piecing out with your diploma. Just smoke weed in parking lots all day. Check yourself into the psych ward. That's my advice to the school shooters in the crowd. Waylon, where you at? This one's for you. Right now I'm working as a nanny. And I get offended when people assume I'm the kid's mom. Like, that's practically illegal. Babies raising babies. But I feel like it's racist when they assume I'm the nanny. Like, what? You don't think I pulled a rich white guy and had this recessive gene baby? This blue-eyed, blonde-haired child tans really well, okay? That's all me. Been trying to get a big girl job in my field, and it's hard. Got rejected by a job I actually wanted, which felt a lot like getting rejected by a guy you actually like. Because then afterwards, I was on their Instagram trying to figure out who they hired instead of me. What does she have that I don't? So I have some side hustles, like Toronto's so expensive. You know, you guys got side hustles? Like, I ask my dad for money. I go on dates. I don't make any money on dates, but I don't lose money either. That's the way you gotta play it. I date a lot. I date like I'm trying to solve the male loneliness epidemic. You guys know about this? I'm like, if that's real, I'm the Greta Thunberg of that. Just saving the world one sad man at a time. The only thing I do more than date is masturbate. And I've learned that there's a big difference between masturbating alone and doing it because some guy is like, I want to watch you touch yourself. Like, those are two completely different activities. They shouldn't even have the same name. Because when I masturbate alone, I act like I'm committing a crime. Like, I hide under the covers with my legs fully close together, just mummified. And I rub my clit with the focus and dedication of a caveman starting a fire. Just... It's totally different when I do it for a guy, though, because suddenly I'm a movie star. But I'm still very Catholic, so it's like a heist movie. And now I'm doing like visual tricks and sleight of hand. Now I'm pulling endless scarves out of my pussy like a magician. You guys know that trick? It's all tricks. I lie so much to men. I once told a guy I was getting into weightlifting, so he took me to his gym, and it was my first time at a gym. He was like, how much do you squat? And I was like, oh, too much. In my defense, I lied because he was really hot and so boring. But it doesn't matter if a hot guy's boring, because it's really hard to talk with a dick in your mouth. The other night, I went home with a conspiracy nut I met at the club. I actually thought his name was Hugh and On, because he kept trying to talk to me about QAnon. So anyways, Hugh takes me home, and he eats my ass, and I was shocked. I was like, men will take home a sweaty stranger and lick her anus, but they won't get COVID vaccinated? Maybe we should put vaccines in girls' buttholes. The more guys will do them. My friends give me shit for like only dating white guys, which is bullshit. But it's hard to beat the white man's whore allegations without coming across as everybody's whore, without just listing men. But I will say my first boyfriend was indigenous. So I make all the white guys after him say a land acknowledgement before they fuck me. All right, that's my time. Thank you.
Guys, give it up for Cleo, everybody. Now give it up for all the comics. Now give it up for yourselves. That's the show. This was OK Zoomer. Last round of applause, I swear to God. Good night.